Hi, everybody. My name is David Mashian, and I'm Dave the Real Estate Guy. And today we're going to cover Chapter 12 of our Commercial Real Estate Brokerage Boot Camp. We're going to talk about focusing on meetings with property owners. And as with the 80-20% rule, if you know that, 20% of your activity generates 80% of your income. Now, what we want to do is focus on the 20, increasing our activity from 20% to becoming higher so we make more income. How do we increase that 20%? Well, first we got to know what that is. That 20% of productive time use includes proposal presentations, right? We make the calls to make the meetings to do a proposal presentation. That's one of our meetings. Then also one-on-one meetings with property owners, right? That's how we generate business, our initial meeting, right? And also social events are for face-to-face meetings. This includes conferences, association meetings. There are tons of ways of meeting property owners. A lot of these associations are great ways. People are going to those events because they want to meet specialists like you that will be able to help them. And also immediate transaction related meetings. So if you have a transaction in the works, great opportunity to meet with a principal. So what are the prospecting methods to get to the one thing, right? How do we increase that 20% of meeting with principals, our prospects, right? Number one is phone calls. That's going to be by far your most effective way of getting in touch with property owners. The property owners in your market area for the property type that you're specialized in. That's who you want to meet. And phone calls is a laser beam focus on those people. And that's going to be a very effective way of increasing that one thing, the 20%, that one thing that's going to generate you more income is those phone calls. And of course, door knocking. For certain property types, door knocking is going to be very effective. If you're doing tenant representation, you could do door knocking to, let's say, industrial tenants, right? Or retail tenants. Or even certain property types that you know the owner occupies that property. If it's an owner-occupied industrial property, if they got a manufacturing warehouse and the owner's occupying the property, that's a good lead. You definitely want to do a door knocking on that one. And of course, I just mentioned trade shows. Trade shows are great ways of meeting people. You can go to all these different trade shows, whether it's retail, office, industrial, mobile home parks, you name it. They're all over the place. You're going to meet principals everywhere. So those trade shows are definitely a very highly effective way of meeting principals. They may not be in your market area, but depending on your product type, you may be able to meet those people or generate leads or more business that you never would have thought of. One other way is to go to charities. A lot of wealthy people are charitable. They have their particular charity. I'd say go to a charity that you're particularly interested in and want to be participating in, not just to generate leads, but go to those charity events that are important to you. Those are great ways to meet people that are going to be significant members, either in the charity you like, but also a lot of the property owners are who donate. They're people who donate to charities. And I've met super wealthy people just through these charity events. Also community groups, whether it's your religious organization or some kind of club or real estate club, those are great things to go to as well. And trade associations. So if you're specialized in a particular trade, like let's say you're doing retail, if you go to a trade association for retail convenience stores or gas stations, that's a great way of meeting property owners as well. So there's so many ways that are being creative about getting to prospecting to get higher levels of meeting property owners. So you want to prioritize your activity and you want to stick to your business plan. Now, the business plan is very simple. It's literally one page with a few bullet points. we talked about it a little bit. You want to create a daily schedule. What time do you get up? What time do you get to the office? What time are you going to leave the office? How many calls are you going to make, right? How many appointments? Now, simple guideline is you want to make at least one meeting a day. That's something you won't forget. And if you don't make that meeting, it's not working. Things are not happening. It's very simple to be accountable to the one meeting a day. So you want to make sure you got that tracked and the number of proposals. And the number of proposals, right? You want to track your proposals. So how many meetings generate how many proposals, right? And that ultimately you want to, how many listings do you want, right? How many listings? This is what you're shooting for. I'm shooting for whatever, 2 listings a month, 4 proposals a month, whatever it is. And ultimately, how many closings? How much dollar volume? It's not just the number of closings. What's the dollar volume of the closings? What's going to be your commission at the end of the day? Those are very important. So it's about disciplined activity. You want to track your performance daily. How many calls, how many meetings, how many proposals, how many closings, how many offers. All these things are very important. And then you want to calculate your conversions weekly. I showed you that conversion sheet I used last time in the previous presentation. You can literally copy that for yourself or make your own. But you got to track your performance. Tracking your performance allows you to accurately evaluate your performance. And that's going to be very important. So the whole point of this is to have a disciplined activity. And what are some good habits for prospecting? What do you need to do to have disciplined activity for prospecting, right? You want to have consistent calling, prospecting every day. Block out a certain amount of time every day to make your calls. Also, follow up on returning calls in 24 hours. If somebody calls you, make sure you call them within 24 hours or respond to their text or email. That builds a lot of trust. It builds a lot of credibility. It doesn't seem like much, but it really does make a difference. Also, sending thank you cards or thank you emails, right? After a meeting. I'd say a thank you card is nice. Nobody sends snail mail anymore. I think that would be a very nice touch. And also, if you see that an appointment's not going anywhere, you can always ask for a referral. Whether it's a call that somebody's not interested, ask for a referral. You never know where that's going to lead to. Or an appointment that's not going anywhere. Ask for a referral. Or if you just closed the deal, ask for a referral. Doesn't matter what the occasion is. Ask for a referral. You never know. Also, it's interesting. Holiday cards and birthday cards make a big difference. And nowadays, it's so easy to track people's holidays and birthdays because you have a calendar for every holiday and every people's birthdays are right there on social media. So it's a great way of either sending a nice email or a text or a phone call. I'd say a phone call or a greeting card, a holiday card or a birthday card. Those are real great. People don't forget those things. Ultimately, you want to ask for an appointment. Whenever you meet a principal, when you talk to them by the phone, you want to ask for an appointment. If you're meeting them for an initial meeting where you're talking about your company, what you can do to help them list their property, getting some information about their property, you want to make sure you ask for the next appointment. You book that appointment on that meeting, right? So you can say, okay, this should take me 3 days to finish. We can meet up on Thursday and we can review this and set up that appointment right there when you got them. So it's super important. Okay, now we're on chapter 13. We're going to cover that next. All right, talk to you soon. Take care.